Hey guys, Trent here coming at you with another video. So I got a few sales recently, but I've been doing some buying and I ended up pulling the trigger on a vintage G.I. Joe lot that cost me about 530 bucks after taxes and fees and everything, or shipping fees. So let's take a look at the lot and see how well I did. So if you're new to my channel, welcome in. My name is Trent. I'm a part-time reseller on eBay. I do it for fun and profit and take you along for the journey. So please hit that subscribe button for more great videos in the future. All right, I got the $530 total price I paid with shipping and taxes lot of vintage G.I. Joe stuff. This one, I'm a little bit not feeling great about it. I'm a little bit on the disappointed side. First and foremost, the Goodwill failed to ship me everything, so they're correcting that. They found the other stuff. There was a lot of parts for looked like the 1983 G.I. Joe Command Center base, and manuals and such that didn't get shipped. So I'm waiting on that. But even once I get that, well, I hope that there's some surprises in there, because the pictures of those items were vague. They weren't photographed very well, so like I don't know exactly what I'm getting. So hopefully I get some good bonuses in there to make this lot feel a little sweeter. I mean, I probably got my money's worth, but I just don't feel like, you know, when my previous lots were, I felt like, you know, like that last lot I paid $400 for, and I felt like I got basically like a couple $1,000s worth of eBay sales, you know, value. That was great. So this one doesn't feel quite as good, and I paid more money too, $530 total. So we'll see. I mean, there's definitely value and money there. A lot of stuff I'm going to be reselling back. A few nice pieces I'm going to be adding to my collection, and then we'll see what comes with the rest of the stuff that's on the way. But so one thing, so I'll show you everything. There was the G.I. Joe Sky Striker was in the lot, and the box, but this box is literally crumbling apart. It's the worst condition box ever. The back of it is unsalvageable. It's just terrible, and there's pieces of it all over the carpet and everywhere. Oh wow, and a vintage Star Wars accessory just fell out of the box. It was stuck in there. Wow. Oh yeah, see, look at the pieces. Oh man, there's more pieces. I gotta be more careful. I didn't realize that. Oh, what the heck is that? Text pack. That doesn't look like a toy piece. Well, I better check that box. Yeah, that's funny. So you can see I was thinking about cutting off the front face of it, you know, because it's at least not falling apart, and it could be like a poster or something. Hey look, Target, $17.99. Okay. So the Rolling Thunder, you know, is not part of the lot. That's something I've already been working on. So we got a bunch of figures and stuff here, and then vehicles and stuff here. So there's some pretty good stuff though, and some stuff that if somebody wanted to add to their collection, it's pretty far along. But there's a lot of disappointment in here. Stuff I couldn't see in the pictures, where stuff is in not as good a condition as I realized. So we got the APC. It is very nice, but it is, for some reason, the front face is missing. I'm hoping like I'll get lucky and that comes in the parts that were not sent initially, you know, that I'm waiting on. But it's a nice APC. It's got the steering wheel, the main cannon, the canopy. It's in nice shape. It's just missing the front windshield face and the two seat belts. And it actually had its original box, and the box is in decent condition. So I'll probably resell this. Well, I already have the APC, but I'm thinking about reselling the box and maybe the APC. It has a big gash in the back, but maybe I can get a little money for this box. Pretty nice. Or it's neat. It's neat that it's such an old box. So we got that. Then we had the Cobra Fang here. I might work on fixing that for myself. It's got the I think this is the hard part right there to find, is the control stick right there, so that's nice. I just can't get over this, like that front decal shifted, so it looks terrible. But The stabilizers broke off, so that'll be something needs to be fixed. And I think there's a lot of parts and missiles and stuff for it in the lot, so I got that. Probably gonna work on adding that to my collection. Then we had nice. I have the parts for it to complete it. It only has a minor bit of discoloration, the Polar Battle Bearer, so that's a nice piece right there. That'll be complete. It's got the 2 missiles on it already, so I'll be reselling that one because I already had the other one. I already have it. Part of that 1983 Command Center. I actually already had this part too from another lot, so that'll be a resale piece, whichever one's nicer. And then another piece of the Command Center that I already had as well. So once I get those Command Center pieces, we'll see what I have, and maybe I can build the Command Center. I don't know. Here's an interesting one. Man, I'm disappointed in this one. This is another one that I'm disappointed in. It would be really nice. Decals need a little bit of shifting and fixing, but this is the Dragonfly, of course. It's really nice looking. No brakes on it, but unfortunately, you can see the helicopter blades are out, and once those come out like that, there really is no getting them back in properly. I mean, it'll sit in there and it'll look decent enough. You can get it down to where it's pretty close to where it needs to where it looks like it's intact. It's hard to do with one hand, but this mechanism that turns the blades ain't gonna work. And I've noted it is also missing its landing stabilizers too, and it's missing one engine cover because for some reason this lot came with 2 right engine covers, so have 1 engine cover. That would be a nice one. I mean, other than if somebody doesn't care about the fan blades working properly, this would be a nice one. So I'll figure out if I'm just going to sell it all together as, you know, for parts or repair or what. That was a kind of a letdown though. I was hoping that would be a solid piece. We got a Wolverine tank that's nice. Got all the missiles. It's got the cover piece there. It's just missing. Whoop, one of the missiles fell out. It's just missing, like most Wolverine tanks, the rope. Actually, the rope is here, but it's missing half of it. Where is it? In the accessories. Yeah, this is a bunch of the other accessories and stuff. Oh, it's right here. Yeah, so half of the rope. So I'll probably resell that Wolverine with this broken rope piece. So that's that. And then here's another letdown disappointment, the Mobat tank. I thought it was going to be a good one. It's even got the detachable little gun piece. It has its battery cover. Both tank treads, of course. I haven't tested if it works, but one of the wheel spokes is broken and missing. I could not see that in the picture, so very disappointing. So I'll be harvesting that one for parts as well. I think the battery cover and this little detachable gun piece is hard to find. Even though it's broken, it might sell for a little money. So recoup a little bit there. Here's a neat thing, the file card holder. So that's kind of neat. I'll add that to my collection. 1983 Hasbro. Then there was a piece of the Dragonfly. The Rattler. This I'm probably going to be using for parts. It does have a good front landing gear. So these landing gears you can see somebody tried to repair this and it's broken off. So I have another Rattler that I showed you in a previous lot. So I'm going to try to see if these are worth trying to get parts together. But I can tell the Rattler is going to be a real challenge to try to get a good one added to the collection. It has broken parts on it almost always. So there's that. And then finally, I got a Sky Striker because I showed you the box already. And I think I've got a good one that's worthy to collect. The decals aren't perfect, but they're there at least. The landing gear works. And it has some of the parts. Including that landing gear cover there. So I think I'm going to turn this one into one for my collection. I have some parts from previous lots to try to, like the tail wings and stuff, to try to make it better. So hopefully that's like one of the prize pieces from the lot. So for the most part, I'm reselling a lot of the stuff. Oh yes, and then so moving into the figures, but one little item here was the mobile missile system. This one's nice. It's got everything. It's got the control panel connected. It's got all its stabilizers. It's only missing one missile, pardon me. It's missing the third missile to be complete, and it's even got the removable stand to attach to the computer to make it complete. And then we even have General Hawk to go with it that came with it originally. So almost one missile shy of being a nice complete mobile missile system. That's a really nice piece, and the Hawk is a nice figure, unbroken, very nice. So that'd be a great piece. Okay, and then I started laying out a bunch of accessories and the figures and stuff. One thing I fished out of there was, this is all vintage Star Wars accessories, weapons and accessories. This is the first thing, one of the first things I listed for sale. I'm trying it on an auction for $100, free shipping, because I saw a similar lot sell for over $100, so I thought I'd go ahead and start there and see what happens. If not, I'll try again. And I had some parts for the Dragonfly here. Oh, for the Dragonfly, here's the, I think it's the more uncommon, the front turret gun is actually the articulated one, so that's interesting. I don't know if there's something that's broken off of there or not. I'll have to check that. But, oh, and then the gun, the other side gun for the, actually, I might use this to replace on mine because mine had the little broken peg. But even with that break, it still stays in place because the other, oh yeah, the tubing part that goes with it is here too. So I got a lot of the parts for the Dragonfly for it to be complete. I guess the only thing really missing is that left engine cover. But, oh, and the stabilizer base, I forgot about that. Then we have a flak cannon, missing the seat, so that's not too great. We had some other non-G.I. Joe stuff here. There's quite a few little items that are non-G.I. Joe. I'll show you some of the other accessories. Oh man, there was a vintage Beastman whip, and that's the nicest vintage Beastman whip I've ever seen. Look at that string. It's like a flawless string. That's a nice Beastman whip right there. Taiwan. So then, oh yeah, there's missiles for the Dragonfly, the Sky Striker, and the Rattler. So I had a bunch of the missiles. Piece of the mobile command the command center. There's also the G.I. Joe Manta sail unit. I think the whole thing is there, so that'll be a nice. That was a mail away. The G.I. Joe Manta. It's like a sail surfboard thing. So we got that. That's a pretty nice piece. Okay, getting into the figures, we have some good ones here, but a lot of them were disappointing because I couldn't see if there were breaks on them in the pictures. I couldn't quite see it, and then I learned the hard way, you know, that a lot of them do have broken thumbs or broken crotches and stuff. But there are some good ones in here, and for starters, there's one non-G.I. Joe figure here. I think it's a Sergeant Rock figure, like a $10 figure. I already showed you the Hawk over there, so. Okay, so we have a torpedo. He has a little bit of color fading, but he's complete. I don't think his harpoon gun was there, and I think maybe only one of his fins was there, but the figure is okay. One of the better figures here we have is a 1983 Steeler. He has his visor. He's just missing the Uzi, basically. And that's a nice Steeler right there. Maybe it's like a $40 figure or something. Not bad. We have, this is a cool one. Unfortunately, the Cobra symbol is completely rubbed off, which you'll find on a lot of, I've been lucky up until now for most of the guys that have the silver Cobra symbol to not be rubbed off, but this one's completely gone. But it's a 1982 Cobra officer. He has his gun and everything. That's a nice figure other than the Cobra symbol. Has a little scuffing on the face, but generally a nice figure. Really nice figure here, complete. We got a 1983 Tripwire. He's complete, unbroken, looks good, and has both of all of his accessories, his backpack with his mines and his minesweeper. So that's a great figure. Here's a disappointing figure, Duke. This one I wanted for my collection. I had a spare binoculars, but this binoculars are broken. He has his backpack and his gun, and everything looks good except he has a broken crotch. So, dang, I'm debating on whether I just try to wait and see if I can find a replacement crotch piece for it. So I might hang on to that. I'm not entirely sure. We got a Wild Weasel, the pilot for the Rattler. He's great condition, so just needs to be rebanded. We had a Doc, 1983 Doc, missing his gurney, but he has his helmet and his mortar system, so he looks good too. It's a pretty nice condition figure. We had a Rock and Roll. Got his helmet, got his machine. I need this machine gun for Rock and Roll, but still missing his bipods. But the Rock and Roll has a broken right thumb, unfortunately. 1982 straight arm Rock and Roll. We have, here's one I'm going to add to my collection, a Snow Job. Nice condition. I think he's just missing one ski. But he's in nice condition and has his gun and in one ski. So pretty cool. Here's probably one of the better ones to add to my collection. It's a 1982 straight arm Zap, the Bazooka Soldier. I think he's actually complete. Here's his bazooka, and I think this is his backpack. No brakes, and with the 1982 figures, that's the hard part, is to find one that doesn't have a broken, specifically a right thumb usually is the broken one. So that is a great one. I'll have to see if I have I'm assuming his helmet is around here somewhere too. But I have extra, from previous lots, I have extra helmets and accessories and stuff to complete some of these early figures. Here's another one I was gonna add to my collection, but it has a broken right thumb. It's Flash, one I was missing. I have all of his accessories and stuff. But he's a good looking figure other than that broken right thumb, man. That's tough. Tough to deal with. And then, oh yeah, there was an extra Zap torso, but both his thumbs are broken. So I'll just throw those up for parts. Getting into the best figures, but the most disappointing ones too. We had a 1983 Scarlet. I was looking forward to that one, but she has a broken crotch. So I might just resell her as is. She's complete with her bow. It's just unfortunate, and it looks like there might be, like, her body might have a little, due to the coloration, I might just resell it because I don't know if I want to try to get a replacement waist, because I'm worried it won't match color wise. So okay, and then the number one cool figure, but disappointing because he has a broken right thumb. We got the original 1982 straight arm Snake Eyes. Looks great. He just has a broken right thumb. So, and I have his, oh yeah, here's his, I don't know if it's like an explosive pouch accessory. And then I already have his Uzi. So I'm going to keep him and see if I can get a replacement right arm. But there we go. 1982 Snake Eyes. Looks cool. So those are the figures. And then some of the accessories. I have a bunch of other accessories in here that I'm going through. So good stuff, but we'll have to see how it turns out with the rest of the stuff that I'm waiting on to see how well I did for paying $530. And that includes shipping and tax. So I'm hoping I can at least break even and add a few pieces to my collection. Anyways, that's the lot. So we'll see how well it turns out as the sales go and adding the stuff to the collection and all that stuff. Alright, here's a nice little batch of sales. From my Ross Hunts, that Halo figure. The last one, I gave the rest of them to my wife's son, but this Halo Spartan Collection George figure, paid $5 for that at Ross, and then that sold for $28.07 total paid by the customer. And these two Rapid Strikes were from that free lot that my coworker gave me. One of them worked but made a loud noise, and the other one didn't work, so I just threw them up for sale for parts or repair. $37.49 total paid by the customer for those. Then these vintage stone protectors, Treasure Troll stone protector action figures. I've had those for a while and they finally sold. I'm not into collecting those. $15.52 total paid by the customer. And finally, a Nerf Vulcan blaster, the battery cover and battery compartment. Sold those for $15.99 total paid by the customer. All right, here's another batch of sales. Let's see here. Oh, I sold that Flash Blu-ray. That's funny. I bought this in the thrift store, And I was like, oh yeah, this sells pretty decently. I mean, I still make a little profit. But then I went to Big Lots. It's like a discount store, and I saw it in Big Lots for $5, brand new. That's so funny. But anyways, I sold it for $12.50 total pay by the customer. So I'll make a couple bucks after the media mail ship, I guess. Vintage Masters of the Universe King Hiss armor piece, just those two pieces, the main armor pieces, $10.75 total pay by the customer. Oh, I sold a little, this is a piece for a G.I. Joe vintage vehicle Whirlwind, or a little accessory. Let's see here, $7.94 total pay by the customer for that. Another G.I. Joe, this was parts for the battle, what do they call it? The battle, I forgot, the battle suit. Anyways, it's this guy right here. So I have a complete one, so these are the excess parts, and those are actually pretty valuable. So those parts sold for $19.26 total pay by the customer, so that's pretty decent. This Pet Shop of Horrors DVD I bought from the thrift store for a couple bucks, that was $16.23 total pay by the customer. This Nerf Rival, I forgot what the name of the blaster is. This is the Hopper ammo container. $16.05 total pay by the customer. And I sold a couple Nerf items, more Nerf items. Those Nerf 1 blasters that I got from the thrift store just the other day. That was a nice buy, $4 a piece for those, and I got a discount. That lot sold for $52.99 total pay by the customer. Then I paired like about four Elite 2.0 blasters in there in this bag here. Nerf, $42.40 total pay by the customer. Then finally the stripped down Nerf Vulcan, stripped down of everything. That was I took a best offer for $25, and so with tax, whatever they paid, so they paid $25 plus tax and all that. Alright guys, well that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.